Hello everyone, you're in an all-new episode of Gaming Hour, and in honor of Justice League arriving this week, I'm going to have a retrospective review of Justice League Heroes from the PlayStation 2. Now, of course, Justice League Heroes is made by WB Games, and it's also similar to the same software you saw in X-Men Legends and Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. And I used to love Baldur's Gate, not only as a single-player campaign, but a multiplayer campaign. It was an awesome two-player game, and Justice League Heroes follows the same format. It also has some famous voices. You have Ron Perlman as Batman, Michael J. White as Green Lantern, Ralph Garman as Green Arrow, and many, many others. This is a really well done Justice League story, and Dwayne McDuffie wrote the story for Justice League Heroes. He also did episodes for the Justice League cartoon show and the film Justice League Doom. And I just want to take a quick moment to reflect on this video game. As far as the fighting mechanics, it is a bit tricky in two-player to stay in close distance. You really can't travel too far. But if you both know what you're doing, it's a really fun game. You can use powers. It also has cheat codes, which become available later on. But you really don't need them. It's a really great game in that way. There's different health meters, shields that basically give you points, and experience points for special moves or combos, special abilities. So you get to basically upgrade skills such as Superman's heat vision, Batman's agility, the uses of batarangs, Martian Manhunter going through people, Green Lantern making objects from his ring, the Flash, different things like that. In a way, it's kind of like Marvel Ultimate Alliance as well. I mean, it starts off with a wonderful first mission. You get to play as Batman, Superman, and then you kind of have a more slower mission, kind of like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, but with Zatanna and Martian Manhunter fighting Queen Bee. You really get to play different members of the Justice League. And before I move on, my only con with the game is that you have to unlock characters and you can't play as all the members of the Justice League until later on, halfway through. But that's when the game gets interesting. You get to choose which two players you play as, which two characters you want to play as. So later on, you could choose 3 teams of 2 to rescue Superman or go to Gorilla City and fight Gorilla Grodd, stuff like that. It becomes very interesting when it starts having missions where you get to basically customize your characters and customize the way you want to play the game. Other than that, you have a default set of characters to play as in each mission, and some of them are good and some of them are bad. It just depends. You get used to some more than others. I do like the character Zatanna. She does a lot of wacky stuff, Martian Manhunter. And you have other characters in there as well. It's a basic beat-em-up game, and much like Baldur's Gate, as I said earlier, it's a really fun game in that regard, but the cutscenes, it's very cinematic. Kind of dated now in the PS2 age, but it has the Justice League fighting Brainiac, and he's pretty much wreaking havoc, which eventually leads to the Mother Box being found and Darkseid being revealed. When Darkseid comes in, the game gets really, really insane. I love the stakes. You basically trapped inside the Mother Box and then having to rescue Superman and stop Apocalypse from spreading across the Earth with Darkseid after the anti-life equation. Such a cinematic, wonderfully crafted Justice League game that I wish got a remaster. But as far as the game mechanics and everything, I give it a 4 out of 5. It's almost perfect. It's perfect for what it is, but there's just some things that really hold it back, such as the amount of space you can go in between 2 players. Sometimes it does get a little bit glitchy. The combat is a bit funky. But other than that, it's really, really, really fun. It's really, really, really fun. It's a solid game, and if you like video games like X-Men Legends or Baldur's Gate, you're going to really love this. If you're a Justice League fan, you're going to like this. Now, I did have to get used to Ron Perlman's voice as Batman, but it's kind of cool. He played the voice of Clayface, and the voices, even though it's not as iconic as the animated series or in the Injustice video games, it is still kind of great in its own right. It's just a shame we never really got a full-blown sequel, but you get to lift cars, throw objects at people, play as different characters and switch. It's just amazing. I really like it. This is a great game to play single player, but if you have like a little brother or a friend and you're Justice League fans and you want to play multiplayer, definitely play multiplayer. It is a blast from beginning to end. If I had to give Justice League Heroes a score, I would give it a 4 out of 5. It's not a perfect game, but we really don't get that many Justice League video games, and when this came out, you didn't have any Batman Arkham games. You had a Superman Returns Batman Begins game and some other Batman games, but you didn't have the Injustice Gods Among Us. You didn't even have Mortal Kombat vs. DC, so Justice League Heroes was really something unique when it first came out, and even though it's aged a bit, it is still a fun game, and if you're a Justice League fan, I highly recommend playing this. Again, I give it a 4 out of 5. A nice little experiment that doesn't really get to fully reach its full potential until the very end. Playability could be better, but I do like the cutscenes, the story, and it is a great Justice League experience overall. That is my quick retrospective review of Justice League Heroes. If you have not played this, I highly recommend it. If you still have a PlayStation 2, or you can get it off of Steam, whatever, play Justice League Heroes. You will not regret it. Or watch the cutscenes on YouTube. Seriously, it's a cool story. I like having Killer Frost. Gorilla Grodd's really cool. I like when they go to Gorilla City. That's just awesome. Brainiac's really well utilized, and Darkseid. You get to fight as all members of the Justice League. You have to basically like pick your main Justice League members to go in waves to fight Darkseid, and that is just awesome. The stakes are high, and it is a great Justice League experience. Anyway, that's my quick Justice League Heroes retrospective review. If you've played this game, let me know in the comments below. What did you think about Justice League Heroes? If you haven't, totally check it out. Anyways, be on the lookout for my Justice League non-spoiler and spoiler review coming this week. And if you like this video, click the like button, comment, and subscribe for more videos.